So one, I just wanted to say this build, I'm trying something new, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, we taking it back. So as y'all know, I'm a big fan when it comes to like the point guards. You know this year I love passing, and I was just thinking about like some things that I want to do with the 2v2 and fives. Like the build I'm gonna make is for twos and fives. So I was thinking I was going back watching some film, watching some point guards that I used to watch, and I thought about like what type of point guard could I get, or what type of point guard can I make that gets a lot of attributes and basically is a two-way, right? That's related to like an NBA player, but I mean like two-way in his prime, even though they was undersized. And I really was like thinking about it, like who I used to watch, because I used to play ball myself, so it's like who I used to watch, who did I really like think about, like who could get buckets, like could play the meta way where it's just like midi fades in the mid range games, but could dribble the ball off like there's no tomorrow, could pass, shoot, defend, everything. And then I was like, yo, point guard. I was like, point guard can. And I was like, yo, I'm tweaking. And I was like, let me find a way to make CP3. And the crazy thing is, when I was like making this build, I was I didn't even try to make Chris Paul. I tried to make a guard that can get the most attributes that wasn't too short. Because the 5'9s, I'm not trying to play with no 5'9. But I'm close to the 5'9 anyway. So I was like, what's kind of close, kind of pushing it, and I was like, CP3. So today we're going with CP3, and with this build, I ain't gonna lie, it's meant for you to be able to do a little bit of everything, but also meant to help you in the sense. What I mean by that is, so like if you watch other YouTubers, you watch other people, they like for example, I give like someone like Joe Knows, right? Joe Knows he could play on a build that the attributes are less and still perform. Someone like Double H, shout out to him. When he plays his builds, he like almost never has things in like the high 90s or 99 anything. Like he usually does like a two-way lower attributes, but he's able to cook. This build is like for the person who wants to cook but needs a little bit extra attributes. Remember, I make builds to help me grow and get better because some of the things I want to do, I'm not at a point where I could just dominate like that. However, certain attributes let you dominate or at least assist you to dominate. So on this build is one of those builds. I was gonna do 6 feet. I know Chris Paul 6 feet, but you get a little bit extra more attributes, and that's what I wanted. I wanted just a little bit extra attributes to make this build rocking. So we're going 5'11", 183, 6'3" wingspan. And I was kind of shocked how I got this build to like rock out. So we're going 70 close shot. And with this build, I'm not gonna lie, it gets the job done for what I'm trying to do. You know, I'm always making a build based off certain things that I want to make it correlate to the player and my play style. So we're going with right here. We got the 60 on post control. We get the post fade feet out on bronze when I put everything up. And you already know how it is. Depending if you pick mid range or you pick 3 point, you can fluctuate it. So I went with, after getting everything that I wanted, I went with the 94 three ball, and I just got my cap breaker. So this is definitely a cap breaker build. Just so y'all know. You know I play rec, so we go straight to the 99 always. We're not trying to miss no free throws. So this, for the playmaking, understand, for this playmaking, this entire playmaking side is for cap breakers. Okay? So when you guys look at the build and be confused, understand I have 5 cap breakers. All all of them besides one is going in playmaking. Okay? So I'm gonna show you because all I want for my three ball, I'm gonna put my three ball. The one cap breaker is gonna go to the three ball. So we get right here. Y'all see right there. We get the Deadeye on Hall of Fame, and Set Shot Specialist on Hall of Fame. I wanted to add two. If I hit level 40, I'm gonna add the second one to here, but just for my five cap breakers, we're going here. Because when you hit here, right, and you get the 96, you get the limitless, but it's like that's cool. Oh yeah, we also get that shit they shooter, but the shooter on that whoop. So we also get I went too high. We also get Shifty Shooter when you go to um 96. So like I said, Chris Paul doesn't shoot limitless, so I don't really care about limitless. The only reason I did this way is because when you try to flip the attributes, so 94, so what am I? 87. When I did it and I did the opposite for 94, the attributes, if you I don't know if y'all can see the bar, but I'll show you at the end. Basically, mid range, once you get to this way, 94, 85 this way costs more. I don't know how, because sometimes midi be cheaper, but this way is cheaper. You get more attributes. So we go to the playmaking. In the playmaking, so again, cap breakers. This is for cap breakers, y'all. You go 91 pass. You go 93 ball handling, and then you go 90 speed with ball. You ask, why are you stopping these places? One, we're gonna add our cap breakers. The first cap breaker we're gonna add is to pass accuracy. Why? As you see, boom, we get Diamond Hall of Fame, which that's gonna be a +1 because it's a tier 2. So the only other tier 2 badge I thought about putting up, I think was layup mix match. Yeah, so layup or float game, because you know Chris Paul got the floaty. But all your shooting badges are tier 1. All your playmaking badges are tier 1. Your defensive badges are all tier 1. And then you could do rebound chaser if you wanted to, but it's like that's a waste of a +1, to be honest. But we still get rebounding in this build. Let me just do the physicals right now then, since I'm down here. And yeah, Chris Paul ain't no baby, big body. Alright. And then we got the vertical. So vertical stay at 55. Alright, cool, 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 cool. We smooth. So the cap breaker, like I said, you get Diamond Hall of Fame. It's gonna be +1. For ball handling, you already know with Chris Paul going to 95, so we get ankle assassin and handles for days. I wanted to go one more, but I'm like unpluckable. Like I said, like on my James Harden build, unpluckable don't really. I don't need it, to be honest. It's like either you gonna rip me or you're not. That's how my motto is. So the +2 gonna go here, and then obviously the +1. So when we do that, right? This is the issue. Lightning launch. If I'm playing fives, right? I'm gonna want lightning launch on my +1. If I'm playing twos, I'm gonna put ankle assassin as my +1 because I'm gonna have it. So one of these, my +1's gonna either or, and that's simply it. Then, because we got it here, 91, yeah, 91, 93, 90. Come here. This was for like the extra that was left over. I wanted to make sure, because remember I said twos and fives. All my offensive builds are fun. I just hate getting cooked. I'll just be honest. I hate getting cooked. I hate not being able to just clamp up. So I went with 85 perimeter. I understand 85 is not the best, but it's not the worst. I got my other point guard builds. They're like 74, 71. I don't get on ball metis. On one of them, I do get on ball metis. On my James Harden build, it's just no defense, so I already accept that. And then I wanted to at least have one thing defensively. If I'm extremely just cooked and there's nothing I can do, like literally nothing I can do, I wanted at least one thing that could, as you could say, bail me out in a sense. I need at least one thing that could bail me out. And the one thing that's gonna bail me out is steel. I know Lanes got nerfed. I don't really care about that. I know Lanes got nerfed. That's cool and all, but it's like I needed one thing to really put me in a position where it could help me. So as you see, we get steal. We're maxing out steal. We're again maxing out steal. So if you go up here, take this down because if you put up, if you, oh, also this is why I did this too. The reason you get more on 3-pointer when you do it this way is because your close shot goes up. That's what it was. So if you went mid range, because mid range itself is cheaper than 3-point, but if you go higher on the mid range, it pushes your close shot up, and depending on your build, it makes mid range more expensive. So we put that down. You see where we're going. I had one more extra. I got to finesse it. Bam. And this is where we're going right here. So as you can see, everything is smooth. We're going with a 97 steal. Chris Paul is a two-way superstar in his prime. He didn't play no games. He didn't have no time to play around. You know what I mean? So like this is something that I really, and I repeat, really, really wanted to emphasize, really wanted to focus on. So at least, as you see, the ability to intercept or deflect passes as well as steal the ball from the opposing ball handler in all situations. I wanted to at least have one thing that I could 100% rely on to help me. One thing. So, as y'all can see, we got the 70 close shot, 80 driving layup, 25 dunk. We're not going dunk, but we got the post control. We got the 85, the 94 with the 99, and then we got 91. And again, we're gonna do the plus one. The 93 gonna go plus two. The 90 gonna do plus one. And as you can see, the best part, like I said, the steal is gonna help you. It's gonna bail you out. 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 If you wanted to put one here, you can go here. I did, instead of going there, I put it here because you got more instead of just one more interior. You got, even though it doesn't make a big difference, it's totally up to you if you want to do it this way, this way. But yeah, this is the build right here. And the cool part about it is you get shades of Chris Paul. So I just think this build is like perfectly set. Like you said, two-way, three-level playmaker, and I like it. You know what I mean? I like it. When I think about like what I want to do with Chris Paul, when I play twos, again, when because I like playing twos in a sense. I think twos is the best game mode to learn how to play 2K because, well, one, you're dealing with one other person, so rotation, you have to cover so much more ground. There's no hiding, but it's not all on you. Because, like, if you play ones, ones is 100% on you, so it's like the load. And you already know how I feel about playing the point guard, having the to carry the whole package. Like you got to carry the whole load. You're the whole offense. That's difficult. I'm not there yet. You know what I mean? But when it comes to twos, it's like you can be the primary scorer if needed to, and have help. For example, as y'all see the build already, we're gonna be able to do what? We're gonna be able to pass the rock. So that way, if you're playing with like a inside center, you're gonna be able to throw the oops. Because one thing I'm going to do is on my second one, we're gonna try to get a +3, +1, and then +1 right there. So that way, I have 96 just to have it. But you're gonna be able to pass the ball, and you're gonna be able to shoot off your passes. Like it's just that simple. They're gonna be able to shoot off your passes, and that's all I really want. I want to be able to have players be able to knock down shots off my passes. I wanted to do. I really wanted to do it like this, where I just end up with a 94, so that way I can get a 98. But at that point, if I gotta go all the way to a 98 just to help people shoot, it's like bro, you just can't shoot at that point. So, and I can always plus one dimer. So that's like the biggest thing that I was focused on. Yeah. So we're just gonna plus one because dimer is also, like I said, dimer is a tier one, so it's like I can get that on legend if really needed to be. But yeah, so it's like I'm gonna be able to fade. Oh, the takeover. So the takeover that you're going to want to use, right? And I was looking at it in the sense of how do you want to play, how you want to play. This one right here. It's called mixtape. The reason you do mixtape, right? Because you got to remember, you're going to already have a high three ball. You're already going to have a high three ball. So, because you have a high three ball, right? Your MIDI is going to go up to a 92, ball handle 99, and the speed with ball is going to be a 98. Because remember, we're doing the plus one, so it's going to be a 98. And then you see what it says: enhances the ability to drive past defenders, making it easier to get to the rim. Instead of getting to the rim, we're just going to get to the MIDI fade, which just pushes up your MIDI. So now that you get to the MIDI fade, you don't need, if you can't shoot with a 94 three ball, I don't know what to tell you at that point. You feel me? I ain't even trying to be a hater, but it's like you can't shoot with a 94 three ball. You don't need nothing added. It's like for here, I was looking at this one, but it's like I don't need a 99 three ball when I already have a 94. There's a couple of ones. I think this one, I like this one a lot. This is the one I'm thinking of using when I get into the rec, because this one is like for Chris Paul, like literally for Chris Paul. It's like I get a 97 speed with ball, 98 pass accuracy, 99 ball handling. You know, if you really want to be like, uh, I'm Chris Paul on the Clippers that was giving you 30, you can go with this one because this increases driving layup, and then you get the sucky shooter. I'm not a fan of Chris Paul going to the basket, but I will be using the float games like crazy. You know, if you want to go crazy with the defense, you can go with this one. They got some good takeovers, but yeah. So this is the build, y'all. I'm really excited to play with this build. I think this build is gonna be my main two builds because I'm quick. I can play defense. I can steal the ball. I can basically do everything. You know what I mean? So like I said, drop a like, sub up, notice, all that good stuff. You know what I mean? Get at your boy. I'm out of here, big dog. Let's get it.